Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Glad to be in back in the lab and everything. You know, I was at my own studio last week and it looked like it. And now I'm back home. You know, I'm super excited about tonight's show. Tonight's show, we're gonna correlates a lot what's going on right now in our current economy. Well, we're going to talk about how to prepare for an economic crisis. It's going to be a great show, and I think it's going to be very informative to everyone. So, you know, make sure that you're being real interactive with the different chat boards and everything. We're streaming right now on YouTube and Facebook. So if you got any questions or comments, feel free to chime in on everything. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my super producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on?
Not much,
Welcome back, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I just want to give a shout out and a happy belated birthday to mother producer, Slick 316. I will say this. I really appreciate what you be doing because I can tell you this. When I was streaming live on Facebook, I probably had a viewer. And I don't know what you be doing. A viewer.
One.
Yeah, one.
No.
Yeah, that was one of my sons or something like that. But, you know, I know she have the chat and everything blazing on Facebook and everything. So I really appreciate everything.
Yeah.
Cause I logged out of Facebook and logged back in, just got doing something wrong, but no. No, I ain't got that touch. You know, and that's why I tell you, I know how to stay in my lane.
Right.
Also, give a big shout out to my assistant Joni and everything. You know, also, you know, everybody on the Majestic Business Service staff. You guys have been booming this year. You know, hey man, y'all know I'm a owner of a tax bid, Majestic Business Services. Staff been doing pretty good. They've been making a lot of money for themselves, and most importantly, making a lot of money for me. And you know, immortal words of one of my idols, Don King, only in America.
Only in America.
Boy, I tell you, everybody in the damn recession.
That's
Shit. I tell you that now. Everybody in them one. We had a succession, but I don't know about no damn recession. But real talk, I really want to say thanks to everybody, and I appreciate all the support that we've got this tax season. Big shout out to the staff and everything working real hard with doing everything we put into place. With tonight's show, you know, we always being off rehashing the previous week. You know, we're in some serious times right now. We're dealing with the coronavirus. I want to tell everybody to make sure that you're being safe. Practice social distancing. Washing your hands, coughing into your arm, and there's some other basic stuff you learn in damn pre-K that everybody done damn forgot since then and stuff. But just be careful out there, y'all. Just be careful. We're in a time of uncertainty. You getting so many different opinions and facts from different people, especially people that we should be listening to. You may hear one doctor or one expert say one thing, then you turn another channel, another one says something different. Mm-hmm. You really don't know who to believe. So it's very scary, very uncertain, and very confusing times. But as always, you know, I always say just practice caution more than anything, okay? Because you only got one you, and we want you to be always there for yourself and your loved ones. So just be careful out there. A lot of jobs out here slowing down and shutting down. That was like one of the main things we want to talk about just with today's show. Cause I think I'm gonna get out some good information for you guys in regards to what you need to be doing going forward. There, I think it's gonna be beneficial to everyone. My kids are home for a month.
Oh, Lord.
Woo! Oh, Negroes thought they was home, you know, just on break. Yeah. Sergeant Burden came out. Ahead. I got them all there marching, man. I want to go to school. Here, William. Sarge got up in there, man. Get over there, you don't want your head. They thought they were going to sleep. No, we're going back to basic, baby. Big Sarge in the house. And that's been funny. But it's been cool, man. Each day, what I did say to myself was, and I haven't let them know, each one of my kids, since the three of them at home, the three young ones at home, I picked a different day. Hey, let's do something. So me and one might look at a movie. Another one might go do this. Me and Pete just got through driving around doing stuff. So since I had the opportunity,
right,
like one day I pick, okay, let's do something special, and everything. So that's been working out too. You know, kind of having that extra
Spend
time.
that time with
Yeah, well, you don't have to spend time with them as opposed to, hey, man, you want to do this individually. So that was my thing. Say, okay, while you're at home, try to get a little extra bonding time and everything with doing that. So that was something I just thought of with doing it. So that's been pretty cool. As I mentioned earlier, tax season still on up and going. But just to be in the service, been doing pretty good. I'm going to be honest with you, man. When I went to that place out in October, when I spent that money to go to that little mastermind class, I really didn't know how beneficial some of that information would be on me, man. But, bro, I've been implementing and sticking with it. And some of the stuff I really hadn't did, and I think next year I can really put a dent. But, man, it's been real impactful and everything like that. So that's one of the things I always encourage people, man. Anytime you can sharpen your saw or invest in yourself, do it, and everything. So that's been real beneficial. Shout out to Chauncey Huddle and Real Tax Pro Mastermind Group. Right. Shit. They got a check from me and everything, but hey, man, I made that money back real quick and everything. But it's been real cool.
Right.
Just it's something as far as the compensation package that I'll give my staff.
Mm-hmm.
Totally changed how I was paying folks. Totally changed the results.
Okay.
Totally changed. I pay everybody way more money than I ever paid them before, but it gave me way more incentive.
Okay.
And everything. Money make you move, I guess.
Always.
Always. So it's been cool. Well, that's the thing about it. I ain't never been cheap. I ain't never had an issue. I don't have no reputation not paying nobody. But I was just totally against what shit he was saying.
Oh, okay.
But I always said,
staying corrected.
Well, not even staying corrected. I come to you for a reason. Mm-hmm. I've been doing it my way, and I've been getting my results. Mm-hmm. Shit, you the guru. Mm-hmm. Let me try your way.
Right.
So you see why you got money. So that's what sometimes we have to kind of be realistic about that. Even like, some of my future consultant and current consulting clients. Like I said, you come to me for a reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been doing it your way.
Right.
So,
my way
that's it and everything. Also want to give information out. The IRS just came out with legislation that extended the current tax deadline. Well, normally April 15th. They extended 90 days. So now it's currently July 15th for the 90-day extension. Mm-hmm. That's for your individual tax returns and your C corporations. Like I put out the other week, the tax deadline for LLC partnerships and S corps was this past Monday, March 16th. I haven't seen anything to say they extended it. And I kept putting the promos out. It's $200 fine for late filing for that. And that was one of the biggest things I pushed out with people. So if people were able to do it or not, I don't know and everything. But I do want to let everybody know that the regular filing date is now extended to July 15th. So if you haven't filed, you haven't got everything together, and you worried about, man, I ain't going to see Deonte this year in April, you got to July 15th. Go and spend that money with your boy and come to the expert.
right.
And everything. But again, this is Change Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Go to the YouTube channel, Change Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden. Also, go check out Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. You can go check out both Change Lives and Mr. Short Dollar on Facebook. Again, big shout out to Slick316. The growth been phenomenal. Everybody's tuning in, checking everything out. So I appreciate the help that she's giving, and also, the support you guys have got. You've been receptive to the information. Again, even when people have comments or different ways of viewing stuff, I'm always open to it. The main thing I want to do is make sure we got interaction.
Right.
So and I think we're going to have a lot of that with tonight's show. Now we're starting everything out. Like I said, tonight we're discussing how to prepare for an economic crisis, okay? And I think right now everybody's worried about, you hear so much, we're in the middle of a recession. Y'all see these sparks and shit. It's a good. Don't worry, guys. Don't try this at home. How to prepare for an economic crisis. And, we're starting everything out. This, I know everybody getting real uneasy and stuff like that, but what's happening? It takes me back to the early 2000s, and the market was crashing. And I just remember how everyone was, it was right after 9/11. Everybody was unprepared because we just coming out of booming season. Back in them days, them late 90s, early 2000s, I mean, you can just say screw you to your boss and walk 3 doors down on Ford Industrial and got you another job 30 minutes later. Like, okay, this is it, boy. You know what I'm saying? You could really be like, screw you.
Right.
And I'm talking about you get fired 2 or 3 times in one day and go to bed with a job. And that shit just changed overnight, man. And I just remember, man, what happened to me personally is that when I got laid off from my job, I was almost done with college.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like I ain't think I had a year, maybe a semester and a half. Had a 7-year-old and a baby on the way.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't had shit in my pocket. I was working for a very stable company with John Wheeler Homes, man. I had been working with them after I got out of the Army, stable. The company, John Wheeler was such a cool company. Every 2 years, he took the whole company, not some, the whole
Everybody.
company on the trip.
Mhm.
He went to Hawaii.
Mm.
If you had been in the company world for a year between that 2 period, he put the whole, I'm talking about from the warehouse to the vice president.
Really?
The whole, all expenses paid.
Mm.
All expenses paid. John Wheeler Home, one of the most fun jobs I had in the world. I working in the warehouse over there. I was in college.
Uh-huh.
Big shout out to them brothers over there, man. Man, I enjoyed it, man. I loved it.
Right.
And that happened. The market crashed, laid off. One little kid, one on the way, scared as shit.
Mm-hmm.
They had nothing in the bank and everything. I just remember that that fear,
Mm-hmm.
that feeling. And I was kind of banged up for about a week. Then I remember I was, and I am, Sergeant Burden.
Mm-hmm.
So snapped out that shit, go moving forward, getting everything together, got another job, finished school, got in the go mode. The rest is history. But what I always say to that, I never have ever forgotten that feeling of that fear
Mm-hmm.
of not knowing what the hell I'm gonna do and not having no kind of cushion. Man, it messed me up. And like I said, I was just so young. That's probably the beauty of it. I was so young
Mm-hmm.
to encounter that. It happened to me later in life. And I don't know why, about 25, 26. I started so damn early with every damn thing, kids, family, and all that stuff and everything. Well, you same way, Lab.
Yeah, I was gonna say that ain't early. 26.
But just being still, you're a kid.
My son about that age, about 10, 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But
yeah.
you dig, man. I just remember that feel, and I've always said to myself, going forward, I'll never experience that fear again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in order for me to get past that, I came up with some strategies and different things that I want to share with people tonight. Some of the strategies I've picked up over the years since then. We talking about stuff over the past 20 years that have helped me through tough economic times and different hardships
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't necessarily, when we're talking about things that you don't call,
Mm-hmm.
that cause rather, things that, happen through the economy and the strategies that I devised and also the ones I've acquired, I want to share them with everybody tonight, and I think that'd be real beneficial
Okay.
to everybody, especially during times like now where you're going through moments of uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, it's a Change the Live hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight we'll be discussing how to prepare for an economic crisis. And what the first thing I want to talk about is, in regards to doing this, I have 8. I think I got 8. Let me double check before I give you the wrong number. Yeah, 8 things to help you, in moments like this and just moments of economic crisis. And the first one I want to share with you guys is number one, just relax and mentally prepare for some possible uncertain times, in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You got to really kind of get yourself in the right mind frame, because when you start hearing about your job might be gone, they're going to cut your hours, you've been in a stable situation for years and now this stuff finna change, that's extremely scary.
Mm-hmm.
And it throws a lot onto your psyche, especially depending if it happened overnight or something like that. So you have to just stop for a second and kind of just shift your mode of thinking that, hey, man, this shit finna change, and really make it that a realization. Because you look at your normal routine, you get up in the morning, brush your teeth, take a bath, go to work, you at work, you work, leave, go home, eat dinner, go to bed at night, and then the next morning you do it all over again. And then all of a sudden this shit changing.
Right.
And change is what? Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
And we don't like being uncomfortable. Some people, I appreciate that, cuz. Some people, like myself, that ain't got no damn sense, we kind of like functioning in uncertainty. I like, sitting here and juggling 8 balls at a time. Yeah, Reed give me all the time, Pooch, you busy as hell, this, that, and that, and everything. I like it like that and shit. I just can't, I don't like just sitting here waiting. No, we got this going this week, that going next week, this, that, and that. Find out that ain't going to happen, then you move to the next thing. I'm cool with that. But I know most people aren't, and there's nothing wrong with it, and I think that just makes you normal. But if you aren't, you have to, get your mind set that things are going to be changed. You know, I speak a lot about control your controllables.
Mm-hmm.
And that just really means the things that you can control, just control those.
Right.
And when you have things that happen that you don't have control over, you got to be prepared for those adjustments that you're going to have in life. And a lot of times people just kind of just be stuck in that state of shock. And I think, and I know it sounds easier than what it is, the sooner that you can kind of shake it off and just say, realize, look, you know, stuff finna get a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make some changes to get ready for this. The sooner you can do that, the better off you'll be. And again, I know there's not nothing easy, but I think you just need to relax and get your head together like, hey, some rough changes finna come. And things are going to be different from what they normally been, and they may not be back the way they were.
Right.
Okay? The next thing is, number 2, make a budget. The way I have a unique way out of where I talk about making budgets. And what I tell people to do is, number 1, assess where you are financially currently and where you'll be at in the future. Mm-hmm. Before we start getting here looking at the budget and everything, I tell people 2 things. Prioritize those bills. We won't say prioritize those bills. We're going to look at what's needed and what's wanted. Okay? You look at what's needed. Your mortgage, rent, your medication, some utilities, your car transportation, food. Yeah. Those things are needed. You know, no if and but. We need that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your prescription. You got to make sure, you know, you're able to go back and forth to work. You got food. It's just needed. Mm-hmm. I mean, wanted. I'm sorry. I mean, you're needed. I'm sorry. I'm moving too fast. We go to phase 2. We start talking about what's needed. Those are things that we're comfortable with. We like having, but it's not a dire point to make sure we have those. Mm-hmm. And those things that needed are, you know, cable, gym membership, you sisters getting your hair fixed, brothers.
Those things that are wanted.
Yeah. Brothers, we got the hair units and all that stuff.
Hair units.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, you see, brother like me, you got a bald head like me, got a slick fade the next day. Waves and everything. Ain't having you.
I feel
that, and everything, clothes and stuff like that. Those things that are needed. We've become accustomed to them. We feel good about having them, but that I need, and we need to just segregate those needs and those wants. After we do that, we start removing those wants and start adjusting those needs. What I mean by adjusting those needs, kind of see, can we navigate using those needs a little differently? How we acquiring them and paying for them a little differently. That's what I mean by adjusting the needs. Getting rid of the wants and adjusting the needs. You set up a plan. Set up a plan how we're going to roll everything out. When you start doing that, most importantly, don't try to do everything in one day. Don't try to sit here and say, well, Lord, I ain't got my money straight. Let me try to make this budget and all that stuff. Give yourself a couple of days. Give yourself a couple of days and kind of figuring it out how to do certain things. You can probably have to come back to it every now and then to kind of make some adjustments, because you never know how your money going to become. Your money may be coming in and out and everything, so you can't sit here and just rush to how you're going to make these changes. And you want to, most importantly, make sure you move to a situation where you're living off the bare minimum. I don't know if you remember the show I did, and guys, go in the database from the YouTube channel when I asked what it takes to leave your 9 to 5. And I always tell people, when you leaving your 9 to 5, you want to make sure you're living off the bare minimum. Mm-hmm. The bare minimum means you've reduced all your expenses to the bare minimum. And when you're leaving a job, if you're making $50,000, you don't need to go in a situation where your business is making $50,000 replace your income. You just need to replace the $15,000 or $20,000 that it costs you to live.
Right.
So that's the thing is, you want to get that living cost down to the bare minimum and everything like that. So you can just say, okay, cool, I have to have these things and everything. And a lot, we do cut a lot of fat out when we get rid of those wants, like the cable, the gym memberships and stuff like that. Things that we come accustomed to, like, I got to have my Lifetime, I got to have my ESPN. But Corona done took all that shit.
Yeah, the Corona got it.
Ain't no games and shit and everything. Corona taking teams. You know what I'm saying? So shit. That's the thing with that. So, just trying to make sure that, we got that budget straight. And third, review.
Let me ask you a question on the bare minimum budget real quick. A lot of people who are working and losing their jobs probably think that they're already living on the bare minimum. Mm-hmm. You might have somebody making $12, $13, $14 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and they rent $1,000 a month. Because I don't know if you can find any rent nowadays less than $1,000 a month. But they already feel that they're living on the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
How would you suggest they go about looking at their budget if they already feel that they already living on the bare minimum?
That's a good question. First, you still got to go back to that needs wants paradigm, and kind of just cutting out the wants and stuff like that. Now, if you just strictly on needs, and you ain't got no other choice, and now that's gone, you got to make some tough decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make some tough decisions. Again, I don't want to sit here and tell nobody they got to live out their car or do all this other kind of stuff again, but you got to be realistic about what you're doing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
One of the tough things about going through an economic crisis, you're encountering problems without you know it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see the tsunami, you didn't see the earthquake coming, it just happened, and everything. You got people that were cool a week ago, now they're getting laid off. I mean, right now, this shit is happening.
Today, yeah.
The hotel industry, a lot of these restaurants, went from
Delta,
yeah.
They laying out 70% of their people.
Hey, man.
They got 10,000 people right now on unpaid leave.
Hell, my spouse worked there. I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting here telling you, like, that's the thing about it, and it's not nothing uncommon. And you sitting there like, hey, man, you might be sitting there, one way, 1 week and everything. Like I said, I think, because me personally, I done been through some things. I kind of live on a uncertain basis. Stuff like that kind of, that's why I made that video, how to make yourself recession proof. It wasn't out of just pure confidence. It's out of going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? The real recessions, personal recessions, and all that kind of stuff, where you kind of evolve to make yourself a certain way and everything. So you got to make some tough decisions, man. That's the only thing I can say, and that's not trying to be mean or whatever, anything like that. But some things just got to go. You got to make some of them tough decisions. Let cars go, let this go, this, that, and that, and everything. It goes to, once you done did the need-want assessment, then you got to do the need assessment.
Right.
Can I catch the bus instead of keeping my car?
Mm-hmm.
Can I, and everything, can we just burn some candles instead of having the lights on? I'm just saying that's when we got to start going to the need assessment and everything. So that's a good question, but it's a good question with a difficult answer. And everything. That's a good question. But going to number 3, reviewing your expenses. Very important, guys. All bills have to be reviewed. Everything got to be reviewed. And reason why I say everything got to be reviewed, y'all got to understand, this is, I've said this before, that's why you guys got to make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make it a quarterly event that you calling your utilities companies and asking for different rates. Asking for different things. They in business, man. And just like now, you're talking about Georgia Power, all these places, the help me out, Lab, some of the gas companies.
Scanner,
and all them are getting caught right now. The government, government tell them, what do you think about it? What the government tell them? Y'all can't cut off? Well, shit, you telling me I can't cut these 4 power off, but I still got to pay for my damn staff?
Yes.
So, again, when it behoove them, you would hope, to be lenient with, hey, man, every now and then I'm a good customer, let me adjust some stuff in good times on rates. And that's one of the things I talked about in previous shows, just make it a habit, just to go call these folks. Call them utility companies, just say, hey, listen, do y'all give me any kind of information or programs in regards to, rate reduction or different payment plans? Reach out to your mortgage company or your landlord, see what do you got, what are the options you have for forbearance or payment deferrals. Again, it doesn't matter if you're going to do it or if you're just thinking about it, just get the information. Make the phone call, because psychologically, let's be real, when you got to make tough decisions, it's easy to make tough decisions when you already know the information. If you got the stress of, I ain't got no money coming in, now you got to call around and find out what you got to do, that's like a double stress.
Right.
But if I ain't got no money coming in, I know, okay, well, let me go on and do this. I can kind of maybe transition to it a little bit easier if I've already equipped myself with information, and I just think that should be a common practice for everybody. It's easy said and done, but don't get your ass comfortable. Always constantly be trying to reach out to these people. In regards to your creditors, call all your creditors. Call all of them. Get information, the credit card rate reduction. Listen, can we renegotiate my balance. Can we do something? Payment deferrals. It's the same thing with the bills. What can we do? So if you want to do it, thinking about it or whatever, let's get information.
Do you think this time now with people, so many people losing their jobs or being laid off, that it will be easier to negotiate them rates? Because if you're negotiating with them, that means you trying to pay them. Whereas some people might be like, well, shit, I ain't got the money, I ain't gonna pay them. So you think that they will negotiate rates now easier than they would maybe 2 months ago?
The honest answer with you is it's all about who answers that phone.
Yeah.
If you got, Mrs. Henderson, she's been there 10 years, super professional, yeah. But if you get Cookie, hello. You be telling them, look, I just lost my job, my wife's sick, this, that, and that. You hear that? Don't call the water company. Atlanta watershed. Oh my God, I don't call.
So she been there 10 years.
Oh,
she secured her job.
Yeah.
She because out 20 customers ain't
Yeah,
got fired.
for now. Oh Lord, how many of y'all done talk to a Cookie? God, no. Listen, sir, we ain't doing nothing right now. I don't know. Can I speak to supervisor? Supervisor sitting right there. They on break. They on break.
Oh, I am the supervisor.
Yeah. Lying. And what's your name? Cookie. So that's your question. It's all about who answered that phone.
Okay.
In theory, you would say it behooves them to kind of be a little bit more open to kind of do that kind of stuff. But again, it depends who answers the phone. Again, just from a straight business sense, some money better than no money.
Right.
The government is stepping in now, telling these folks, y'all can't shut these folks down.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can't foreclose. Y'all can't evict. That's what see the kind of government saying no evictions. The government saying ain't no foreclosures going on. So you telling me this, but I still got to have money coming in as the business owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I can kind of work with you on the front end, because again, just because they don't foreclose or evict you, that don't mean they ain't going to put this stuff in your credit once everything get back right.
Mm-hmm.
So it behooves everybody to be working together. Again, and that's why I say it's so important to make these phone calls, because you're not obligated to do it, but you can gather information, find out what's going on. So make sure you're reaching out to all those creditors, having the conversations, and do it. Call your insurance company. I mean, I just got before even stuff came out, man, I got my whole insurance premium cut in half. Just being El Cheapo, calling. Ain't no reason whatsoever. Got to cut in half. Everything can be negotiated, guys. So just give these folks a call. Hey, listen, even if it ain't happened, hey, just say Corona something. Corona, just bring it up. And shit, they probably just.
I was sitting
Okay,
here
cool.
Corona.
Yeah. And come on now.
Right.
Take advantage of it. Just call them. Just see, like I said again,
Help yourself, help yourself.
especially with like I said, your there was car insurances. Anything, just call, see, man, can we get something changed or whatever? Again, they are not trying to have these policies stop. And like again, we start doing that want assessment, and you start talking about, shit, man, motor car ain't number. What motor car, like $25, $30 now? It ain't how much it cost?
I've never had a motor car.
Okay. I ain't had one since the 90s.
I've always lived in the suburbs, but when I moved to Atlanta, there was no bus. So.
DJ Lab is one of the E-lights.
It was just cheaper to live in the suburbs.
At one time, I knew every damn route Marta knew.
Now, in Chicago, I could tell you every route. I could, but I probably can't do it now. But yeah,
I can dig it.
I used to ride the hell out of the bus in Chicago.
I can dig it. But see, that's the thing about it. You think an insurance company want to lose your ass tomorrow? So that's the thing about it. So again, it behooves them to have these conversations with you and speak with you in regards to, just having rate reductions. Again, can I guarantee, getting to say, hey, they'll do it or not? You might get that cookie.
Right.
You might get that cookie. Cookie miss no love. She miss no love.
Cookie think her last name Allstate.
Yeah, it ain't. Or Atlanta watershed.
Atlanta watershed.
Yeah, like I'm pulling water out her toilet.
Yeah.
I'm getting water out her damn toilet. Man, I got some stories to tell dealing with them damn folks. Shit. Again, this is Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe to the videos. Go to the Facebook page, Change Your Lives. Like the Facebook page. Also check out Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, real estate investing, and a lot of other good business-related stuff. Go to that Facebook page as well, Mr. Short Dollar. Mr. Short Dollar. And also, we're in the middle of tax season right now. Go to Majestic Business Services. I'm the owner of it. We're a one-stop shop for small businesses where we do bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll, business strategy, all kind of other startup services. Check us out on the web at www.majesticbiz.com, or you can go to the Facebook page, Majestic Business Services, or give me a call at 678-479-4007. And as always, on all the videos on the YouTube channel, I have all the links on all the different businesses and all the different Facebook pages, all the different Instagram accounts, and also if you want to book a consulting appointment, all the information is listed there. So if I went too fast or you missed anything, don't worry about it. We have all the stuff posted on the YouTube channel, so you have no reason not to go check out Changing Lives on YouTube and everything. We're at number 4. Again, we're talking about 8 things to do to prepare for an economic crisis. We're at number 4. Cash is king. Y'all heard me? I ain't say of the queen. I ain't say of the prince. Cash is king. And what I mean by cash is king is, number 1, cash is everything.
Right.
Cash is everything. And that's where I think people lose it. First thing we want to make sure we start working on that, at least a minimum, a 6-month emergency fund. Mm-hmm. Again, that's the least, guys. You got to at least cover yourself for 6 months to be able to go through everything. And you at least have those living expenses, getting that emergency fund set up for yourself. That's the bare minimum and everything. And I'm going to give you some advice in regards, because I seen a post on Facebook the other night. One of my high school teammates, he's in the finances and stuff like that. But, the thing about it, everybody got different opinions.
Right,
he was just giving everybody advice about, paying your bills now, because even though I was talking about deferment and forbearance, he was saying that some of the bills still going to come back. So instead of, being behind, going to pay it now if you got it.
Right.
I'm like, absolutely not. If you turn around and pay them damn bills on time and you run out of money, your bills paid up, but your ass ain't got no damn money, how you going to pay for your high blood pressure medicine? How you going to put that gas
to get to work?
Exactly. But your bill paid on time. Damn that. You take care of that when you can get to it. Mm-hmm. You keep cash in your pocket. Cash is king. Listen to me, guys. Once cash is spent, it is gone. It is gone. Cash is king. Always keep cash on hand.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
For somebody who like me, or in general, anybody, you said 6 months of living expenses at least. Give me a quick synopsis of how I can get to 6 months of living expenses saved. See, the thing I'm thinking about is a lot of people work 9 to 5s, and most 90% of them live check to check.
Mm-hmm.
So the issue is, how do I? And I believe most people want to save money and have a living expense fund or some kind of emergency fund saved up. But I heard a survey on NPR about 6 months ago saying that 95% of people don't even have $450 saved. If a $450 emergency come up or $500 emergency come up, is a problem. So how can I, real quickly, work towards saving that money if I'm making $15 an hour?
Great question.
Because I want to do it, but I just don't see my way clear of how to do it. Because every dime I get is gone.
Great question. First, we got to get out of the hypotheticals and the talking.
Okay.
Now, this is a video all in itself. But the short answer we're doing it is, number 1 is, don't look at how I get 6 months of living expenses. Say I got to get $3,458, which is that number together.
Okay.
So let's break that down first.
Okay.
Too many people say I got to get 6 months living expenses. I got to save some money up. They don't have the exact number. Mm-hmm. Once we got the number, then we can work backwards from there, right?
Okay.
So then from that point, now I can say, okay, let me break this down and go from each month from doing that. So if you say to yourself that I only have X amount of dollars free each month and everything to do that, kind of allocate some kind of way. If you know if it's going to take you 4 months, 6 months, a year, year and a half, you can work backwards from now. Now, let's be real with ourselves. If you're making just enough to kind of cover things and stuff like that, now you ain't gonna better do it. But on the flip side, let's be real. You need to be busting your ass to try to, get you more money or change certain things. I mean, again, I'm not here to try to sit here and judge or try to pass over now, but I get what I'm saying. When you start talking about like, hey, I'm only making $10 an hour, how can I do that and everything? The onus is on you. Okay, cool. You where you at now? The game is to expand. So if you got to live a certain way for us, so advance. But when we start, I think the key is to, 'cause I know that's one side of the argument.
Right.
I'm, going from now. You got to try to, again, work some things. I got some answers, but ain't no damn magician.
Right.
But I do think the biggest problem, people, like you hit on here, I do believe the mass majority of people out here want to save money. They just don't know how. So that's why I say, let's get the number.
Okay.
Once we have the number, we can work backwards from that. And that way we say, oh, shit, okay, cool, that's all I got to do. That's the same thing I teach my people that work for me. You want to make, how much money you want to make this tax season? Okay, you know what, this is the commission that I'm paying you. Divide that up into that. Oh, damn, that's all tax return I got to get 5,000? That's all I got to do to get 10 grand? Yeah. Okay, can you handle that? Yeah, let's do it. So that's the thing about it. Let's make it tangible. Let's get out of the hypotheticals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got to save for college. I got to save for this. What you got to save for? Let's get the number and work backwards from there. And that's the best advice I can give you, because everybody going to have different variables in terms of what they can and can't do. But I think once we get that number, they can work back from there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I advise to try to get that. Because that may take you a year or a year and some change, but at least you got what? A number.
Right.
As opposed to, going for that. Because once you got a number, now you can get other numbers to get them.
Right.
Instead of you just got words. That's the biggest thing, to go from there and everything. But as far as the income amount, just got to make some decisions and everything. You know what I'm saying? If you're breaking even each month, you can't do it. It doesn't have to be the cash. I mean, even though we're talking about cash, you might got you a credit card that has a $5,000 balance, and you keep it in that drawer. And that card is for nothing but what? That emergency thing. So you have what? Accessibility to it. You understand what I'm saying? So just say if you can't save it and you might get that card, whatever you're working to, we got to have access to that. You know what I'm saying? That's a good point you brought up, man, because I wasn't even thinking to even bring that up. But just even have that card available, that line of credit. You got a line of credit on your home. I ain't really going to do nothing with it, but if I need it, I got it. And I'm always telling people, get a line of credit on your house. You ain't got to use it. If you got to pay the little $99 each year just to have it, whatever, you better have and not need. That need and not have. Shout out to Sergeant Jones, told me that in Grafenwehr, Germany. Like, why the hell we taking all these damn tent poles when you got damn 3 tents? Shit. Have and not need and not have. Right. That have stuck with me my whole damn life. And when them damn tents fell apart and all them other platoons out there, trying to hold shit up in the middle of the night with their hands.
And y'all got tent poles.
Yeah, we dried up. Best to have and not need and not have. Private Burden learned that. That's cool, man. That's a good question, lad. That was a real good question, because you had me thinking about something I wasn't even thinking about if the cash went down. I thought about even just having a credit card. That was a good question. Number 5, keep up with routine maintenance. This is right here is so important. See, this right here is like what a lot of people just totally don't think about. When we say keep up with routine maintenance, it's forgotten so much. We talk about moments of crisis. Keep your damn oil change. Make sure you changing your damn brakes. You know what I'm saying? Check the plugs. You know what I'm saying?
You can check your own fluids.
Check your tire pressure. Rotate your tires. Come on now. Because next thing you know, your car done went out. Oh, shit. And it's just say operator error. We start talking about like your appliances. Change the filter on your dryer. Check and see what's going on, with your stove. Check the filters on your refrigerator. Check it. Just going through your house. You got any kind of leaks up on it, air leaks in your windows, your door seals. You're looking at, make sure you're changing the filters on your AC and furnace. You're checking your roof. Keep up with your routine maintenance, because when you don't, the drip going to turn to a major leak. And in the moment of crisis, you don't want to be sitting here dealing with no damn leaky roof because you didn't take proper PMCS or which in the military, preventive maintenance checks and services. If you haven't been doing that kind of stuff, it's going to come back and gnaw you in the butt. A lot of people forget about that because we don't sit here and look at it, man. Just if you got to just pull over, get some little things, set your car up, change, rotate them tires. Do it yourself, Get up on there, change the oil, whatever. Just stay up on your routine maintenance. Because those are things that people really forget and kind of put on the back burner. Then when sun go down, God damn, the damn car done went down. Oh, man, the hose, this, that. You check, see the hose got cracks.
Yeah, just touch it.
That $8 hose going to cause you not have no water, your water pump no one out. Just little things that you can do. And I can't stress that enough. That's a key thing that a lot of people forget about. Number 6. This right here is the thing I think a lot of folks really don't put a lot of weight on. Review non-cash assets and maximize their value. You may or may not, but a lot of people got it, just don't value. Look over some of the antiques and collectibles you got in your house. I did a post about maybe 2 weeks ago. I seen a show about this guy, and I hadn't did it, and everything, but he had bought all these Kobe Bryant cars.
Okay.
Kobe done died. He had all these damn cars. He done spent like 75 cents for when Kobe first came in the league. Kobe done died. Each one of these cars worth $1,000.
Really?
Shit, he got about 50 cars.
So you got about $50,000, right?
And my dumb ass over here trying to think of a master plan.
Just go buy some cars.
Buy some cars. So I loaded up and spent about $100 buying Trey Young, Zion Williamson. And I put it on Facebook and I put it on YouTube.
Right.
Hey, man, listen now. Listen.
Put them in some plans.
Hey, I got them. I put it all on Facebook, man. Look, I got a little time, but again, these are $5 pop investments. Hey, I'm looking to get my return for them 20 years from now,
Right.
and everything. I ain't hoping none of the kids die, but again, these are guys. And those are things like, I got a very good comic book collection that I started when I was 8 or 9 years old. Still got them. You guys that grew up with me know how I was about my comic books, and yep, I still got them all. I still got a lot of collectibles. Just looking in terms of just tangible assets. What I mean by tangible assets, those are assets that you actually can touch. Those being different collectibles and everything. Shout out to my man Darryl Crawford. He was one of my mentors. He was a real big jazz fanatic, man. He had Billie Holiday handkerchiefs, Charlie Parker, all autographed records and stuff. And he put me on that stuff probably about 20 years ago.
Really?
And, man, that just set me out with getting a lot of collectibles. So I have a lot of mementos, signatures, a lot of stuff, I ain't going to mention. But things that, again, especially in times like this, the market crashing and all that other kind of stuff, let's be real. We don't never know when we got a pawn to liquidate.
Right.
Real shit. And you go to, I don't know how far you think you're going to get trying to sell somebody some of your stocks or whatever. You trying to, pawn your own stuff. But if you got some stuff of value, hey, man, you still can reap it. Anytime you live in the world of eBay, and what's the other one what's the other one? Not eBay. It's, I was looking at the other day. You bought it or I forgot. Some crazy name.
I know what you're talking about. Now you bought it. What is it called?
Something.
Get rid of it or
Yeah,
something like
it's something like that. But it's something in that ran. But when you living like that, the world is flat. So now you got that guy in Australia, India that wants, this old memorabilia or anything like that. You never know. I mean, these little Pac-Man things we used to play on and stuff like that. Oh my God, they're going for thousands. Man, thousands.
I used to have so many of them things.
Oh, come on now. Put a duct tape on the back, just hold it in place. Yeah. Come on now. And the people breaking their neck about that kind of stuff. So kind of if you got an opportunity to get those tangible assets, again, just make sure you reassess and look at what you got around your house. If you got that old Jodeci album from 94, 95, you still got a cover and everything.
But to be honest with you, them old records do be catching money. Like, I had a collection of old records when I was in Chicago, and I know I had this album. My mom probably didn't pawn it. But the album itself, when I bought it, was $3. Right now, that album is selling for $3,500. And I know I had it because I bought it. I was DJ way back then. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I know I bought it. I said, man, I got this album. I know I called my mom. She's like, I don't know. I said, Mom, I had like 5 crates of records in the closet. You used to always call me and tell me my record's still over there. Where my records at? What records?
You set yourself up for that one.
I know, right?
You set yourself up for that
I
one.
saw
bro.
that thing on the Discogs it's called, and I saw that record. It was like $3,500. I said, I know I got that record. I know I got that.
Yeah.
Record. I know I got that record.
And we all have things like that we've had from, you know, our youth and from the past that we like and we care about it, but they could be a cherished asset. So again, number 6, review those non-cash assets and, you know, try to maximize the value on it. Then it's to change the lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Again, go to the YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also check us out on Facebook, Changing Lives and everything. We I've been putting out a lot of videos over the past week or so, even when I put out the ones about things to do in the economic crisis. I think I put out one the other day on Mr. Short Dollar about, you know, just reaching out, what I talked about earlier, reaching out to those creditors and stuff. I got a lot of good information out there for you guys and stuff. So I wanted you guys to make sure that you're tuning in and subscribing to the channel, getting, you know, staying abreast of what's going on. But again, man, we have over 170 videos on the Change the Lives, so it's a lot of good stuff. So if you're enjoying the show tonight, man, you can just be like, wow, this guy's
Go back and check out.
yeah, this brother's a damn genius. Yeah.
Beans watch Changing Lives.
It's an hour show, you know, and
right,
everything.
that's right.
Wife get you mad and everything. Man, let me go listen to somebody that got some real damn sense. Got him. Hey, but make sure you go to that channel and subscribe. And then thanks for the support. Now we're at number 7. Okay, cool. This is one that I real near dear to my heart, especially I'm one of them folks they call jack all trades. Generate additional income. You know, again, we want to try to make some kind of recession-proof streams for yourself. You know, this is where that side gig is real important. Those other things that you can do, that you can get money from to kind of help sustain yourself. When your job or current anchor has went out the way, you can say, okay, look, I got another skill set or skill sets or gifts that I can kind of monetize to kind of keep me afloat. You know, those things you can do, you can make money relatively easy with doing it. You got a passion for it, you can do it and stuff like that. Hey, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, you know, with doing it. We're in the world now, you got so many other things around shit. You still can Uber, Lyft, Uber Eat, do all different kind of stuff like that.
No, right now on the Uber, though, they struggling a little bit because people don't want to get in the Uber car and catch the corona.
well, even to that point, with the Uber, you know, just say it is still different things you can do. I mean, room share, ride share. I understand from the interaction standpoint, but there are things you can do. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of, you know, cut grass, paint, this, that, and that. Now it's time to start getting those side gigs together. Now, this is where I think a lot of people have, and I'm going to revisit this again, you know, at the end. A lot of people have a different problem with me. Well, you know, people are looking now. I see it all over Facebook. What should I be investing in? The market's down. What should I be buying? Or what should I be doing? What's a good thing? And I'm here to tell you, stay the hell away from the unknown.
Shit you don't know nothing about.
Don't you be damn investing, trading, selling. You know, if you have some success with doing that shit, you just lucky. I got undergrad in business. I got a bachelor's in finance, and I got a master in supply chain. I'm a real numbers person. And I'm here to tell you that it's the reason why I pay them folks 6 figures on Wall Street. Let me tell y'all something. Because, wait, and that's the thing about it. Don't get it twisted. Cause I see all these folks coming in, they're financial gurus and financial experts, and they don't know shit. Let me tell you something. Don't get accessibility confused with experience. Because years ago, we couldn't go on there and pick all and buy all these stocks, you know, with Robinhood and Schwab like could that now. And now we can do it. We have the accessibility, but you still don't have the experience. And when you start thinking about true traders that making their investments, they know about the company CEOs, they know about trends in the market, they know different things as far as cyclical information, what's going up, what's going down, what happens in one industry, how it affects the other ones. They're married to that stuff, and that's why they have success.
That's all they do.
Yeah, and you might mess around and buy you some damn stock because you think it's a good thing to do and don't know what the hell you're doing. And God forbid you have some success and you turn around and think you're a guru, and now you done lost that little change you already had. My best advice to you is try to get educated when you don't need to. And what I mean by that is not pressing. Even when you're going through the process of different things, just try to get educated, find some information out before you start trying to invest. Don't do it the other way around because you got money in your pocket. you want to go buy some stocks and everything. I'm just telling you from personal experience. I remember young Deonte when back in the early 2000s, shit, market went down. You know what I did? I bought probably about $2,000 that I could not lose in Delta stock. Delta filed bankruptcy, and so disappeared my $2,000. I don't want to see that story again. That's a bad movie. That's a bad movie. That's a bad movie. It's bad when the actor crying in the damn movie. The actor, the writer, the producer, all of them, they just crying. Yeah. Hey, shit. I'm just saying, and this Mr. Finance, Georgia State, summa cum laude. I know all, Mr. Math messed up all that damn money. Think I ain't know, you know what I'm saying? Now the flip side, I've been pretty successful in the stock market. But again, you talk to somebody with a damn finance degree. And I used to be heavy into it. Nowhere near involved like I used to be, but I'm just saying it just goes to show how clueless you think you can be. Delta's a good company. They went in bankruptcy. They came out and my damn money disappeared. Hey man, it happens.
Right.
So I'm saying to you, like, spend your time more investing in yourself to get educated, and then when you feel comfortable with it, then start making some move. But don't do it the other way.
Right.
Don't do it the other way. And please, that's the thing about it. Don't get accessibility confused with experience.
Yeah, don't let social media talk you into doing something you don't know nothing about. You get what?
Well,
I mean, you can invest and stuff, but you really gotta know if you know a company that you're gonna invest in, you really have to know that company. You have to search and sometimes I'm gonna tell you. Sometimes I had a guy who used to talk to me about stocks all the time. He said, "Sometimes Lee, and we was actually remodeling old houses and stuff. He was just talking to me about stock while we was. He said, man, sometimes I take a year and a half before I invest to a company because I want to see their ups and downs and their financials and figure out what they doing, what's their innovation, are they innovating. He said, I'll go a year and a half before I even buy two shares.
Yeah, I can dig it, but I'm gonna tell you the problem come up. It's people like me that a lot of people listen to, and we have a lot of blind influence. There are a lot of people that will listen to Deonte and believe Deonte without questioning me because they trust me.
Right.
There's a lot of responsibility to come with that. And I got to be careful when I open my mouth, when I say certain things, because I know a lot of people will listen to me without trying to do no research. And you got a lot of people out there like me, they have a lot of blind influence, that give a lot of advice to people and then don't know what the hell they talking about. They telling people to go buy this. They telling people to go invest in this, and they really don't know what the hell they talking about. They ain't really made no real money.
Right.
They ain't really lost no real money. They ain't even got any real money. So I'm just saying, when I say real money, I'm talking about you dealing in, you actually producing numbers of major returns. You say, okay, I'm making 10, 20, 40, 50, 100,000. You sit here doing those kind of returns. You actually, you're not sitting here making, $1 off $10 you got invested each month. I'm talking about you've had some stuff you shed the tea on, and good or bad. And when people like me open their mouths and say things, and people just follow, that's what happened a lot of times. I think a lot of people be flowing, but they say like, damn, man, shit, man, you heard Loud just made this, man. He putting on here, he just did this, y'all ought to do that. Did it. You might not even be selling a particular product. You just flexing, telling your damn business, and now people just assuming. And then you tell them, look, man, I'm just going to tell you, hey, bro, this all I did. You ain't going to tell how you lost your damn, your rent.
The car
after that. Yeah. I mean, the whole story. And that's the thing about it. I think that will happen more so with the social media aspect. You got so many people that aren't being as responsible, like people like me. That, like I said, they carry a lot of blind influence because people see that. Now you got a whole nother segment of people that go in there where we talk about the shiny suits and cars, hey, flexing, hey, I used to be homeless. I used to be this. I'm from this, that, and that. If you give me this, I can make you just like me. Oh, I done dealt with a lot of them folks. You come in the house, man, what a check. You got no ain't that here. You come in the house, hey.
It's a big ass house.
Damn, man. This ain't the house from the infomercial. But
Yeah.
but let me stop. Let me stop. Them folks be looking at my show. Anyway, but I say that so that's one of the things with that. So I just say, to your point, exercise caution.
Okay.
Exercise caution, invest in yourselves and stuff like that. So that's one of the things about it. Hey, man, generate that additional income. Find things that are easy to you, but stay away from things that you got no damn clue about, and spend that time trying to get educated on it. That was number 7. Number 8, which is the last one, constantly review everything. When I say constant review, it goes back to what I said initially. Plans are just that. Plans change. You may be coming to a situation where you got more income coming in, and now you ain't got to be as frugal or tight. You can make some adjustments to make you a little bit more comfortable, or some of your money may go away, and you now have to start trimming fat some more. Mm-hmm. So constantly review it. If you got to do it, maybe I would say initially starting off doing it on a weekly basis to kind of see how certain trends are. Once you get comfortable for it after a month, you may want to scale back a little bit. Say, look, let me look every 2 weeks, then get to where you're doing it every month. But if if you're dealing in a situation where things are very unstable, especially depending on if your bills are increasing or something like that, or if your income may be fluctuating, you may just want to revisit it a little bit more often. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that last one, constantly be reviewing it, and everything. Don't get caught into a routine and everything. So I hope those things helped you. Again, this is Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Our show tonight, we talked about how to prepare for a financial crisis, and I gave you 8 steps to take to prepare yourself more better for dealing with an economic crisis, a financial, how to prepare for economic crisis. I gave you 8 steps to take to help you be more prepared for economic crisis. And just to go over the 8 steps again, number 1 is relax and mentally prepare to be uncomfortable for some time in the near future. Number 2, make a budget. Number 3, review all your expenses. Remember, review everything. Reach out and touch base with everybody. Number 4, always remember, cash is king. Keep cash on hand the most you can. Even if you got to get an additional line of credit. Big shout out DJ Lack. I forgot about that. But always keep cash on hand any way you can, okay? Number 5, keep up with your routine maintenance. Make sure we're watching out for that car, watching that oil, checking them tires, changing the filters at the crib and everything like that, staying on top of that kind of stuff, because one little mishap can take away all that little money you're trying to save to recoup. Mm-hmm. Now you got to spend all that shit getting your cars together, and everything. Number 6, review non-cash assets and maximize their value. Again, we start talking about those tangible assets, those things you can reach out and touch and hold. If you got collectibles, you got old antique furniture and stuff like that, look at it. Because like I said, in times of need, you never know what you got to liquidate or pawn or whatever and stuff like that. So make sure you take into account of those tangible assets and stuff, because the market are up and crash, but things you can touch are always going to be able to carry some kind of sustainable value, right? Number 7, generate additional income. Try to get things that that you can do relatively easy, that you can monetize, things you got a familiarity with. See if you can do that. Again, if you're not knowledgeable on it, now's not the time to try to be, super trader or super buyer in stocks and all that kind of stuff. Don't do it. Stay the hell away from it if you're not familiar with it. But I will say, take some time to educate yourself, find out more about it. And if you get to a point where you feel comfortable, realistically comfortable, not greedy comfortable, that you can start doing all that kind of stuff, go and take a chance with it then. But, again, just try to find some additional way that you can get some income. And last, number 8, constantly review. Always come back, set some kind of plan. Like I said, initially start off each week, revisiting everything, checking it out, looking it over, scale back a little bit after that. But make sure we kind of looking at in terms of those things that actually determine, if my money is unstable, if my bills are uncertain or something like that, kind of base it on that. The more stable you feel about your income and your expenses, then you can kind of maybe, scale back the most in terms of you're looking at everything on a monthly or quarterly basis. But again, those are 8 things to help you get through an economic crisis. I hope you guys learned a lot. I appreciate all the interaction and everything and the support you gave us this week. This is Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure, again, you go to the YouTube channel, Facebook, like the video, subscribe. If you don't like it, leave a comment, most importantly. I just appreciate the interaction. Make sure if you guys haven't got your tax prep and stuff taken care of, you go to Majestic Business Services. Our web address is www.majesticbiz.com, or give us a call at 678-479-4007. Also, check out Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and on Facebook. And most importantly, guys, listen, just make sure you're trying to be proactive and stay ahead of the game right now. We're all dealing in some times of, huh?
How messed up do you think we are?
How messed up we think? I don't know. And that's the thing about it. I can't say. Because like I said again, I can turn around I can go through 5 different channels and get 5 different opinions from quote unquote experts. So I don't know. I think the biggest thing of it is we know us. So the only thing you can do is make sure you got you covered. What I spend, you spend, or the next person spend on monthly bills, we just need to make sure we can cover us. You know what I'm saying? And take it out of other people's hands. That's the thing about it. If we're going to be without certain things or whatever and everything, you know, I couldn't tell you. I said, but the biggest thing, make sure you're in a position to pivot. You know, that's one of them things, man. And a lot of times people just not trying to push themselves to pivot. Excuse me. People don't want to come to the tax office. I did a video the other day. We don't need to do that. We're in a virtual age. Scan shit. Send it to us. We'll get it done. The beat don't stop. You know, we just got to be able to do it.
On your phone now.
Yeah, and just think about this point. I'm just, just think about it. I've been busting my tail for the past 2 or 3 months to get speaking gigs, graduations, baccalaureates, like last year. I can't do none of that shit now.
That's true.
So again, now I got to pivot, and everything. What can I do now for paid speaking gigs? What course we can put out? You got to be able to pivot. Nobody's seen, like I said again, nobody's seen this coming, and everything. And so that's the thing about it. But I just, like I said, I just know I've had life experiences that kind of, I'm not trying to just come out like no guru. I done got burned off stuff that I didn't see coming before, so I live a little differently. But I understand how when we get comfortable, things are going okay. And I just think people just need to learn to pivot, adjust, because what I will say is this. What did happen, what I noticed back in the early 2000s, there's going to be a major readjustment on how things are done after this. When you look at, I remember companies went from 10 people on a shift to 5, and then they seen, that we can roll with 5. I can give y'all a little bit more. We'll stick with 5. And even like now, what they finding out, shit, we ain't even got to be in the office. We got this. We paying all this money for rent. Got all these folk coming in here, and we can work with everybody at home. We done talked about it, but we never did it.
We can downsize the building now.
Come on now. So I'm just saying, with these kind of things, this is what comes out of that. So even when we feel like we're going to have some kind of sense of normalcy come back, the normalcy that we may be used to may never come back. So be prepared.
A different norm.
There you go. So be prepared. Start preparing yourself, because that's what I'm saying. I just remember at the airlines, you remember you used to sit at the ticket, all them folks that work the ticket, they turned and got all them damn kiosks. Come on now. You go through there, get your ticket, get on the plane.
Yeah.
So now you're doing what? Reduced shifts at the airlines. Everybody ain't there. It's a matter of time you're gonna get a kiosk getting onto the plane. One person working several gates. This stuff been in the works. Now we come to driverless cars, the driverless boats, the driverless trucks. You got the teachers sitting teaching remotely. She may switch up and do this, that, and that. I'm just saying, like, the
school building might go away.
Come on now.
The college campus might go away.
So I say again, let's be ready to adjust. Accountant? No, we got what's the IBM? Watson's doing everything. You don't need a Deonte. Real shit, man. Come on now.
Right.
I'm just saying. So we all have to be prepared, because like you said, that's a good point. A new normalcy, and you never know what's gonna come out of it and everything. And it happens all the time when we have tough economic times, and with those readjustments, we find out, hey, we could live like this. We ain't got to go back to that. And I just think people just got to get ready for it and everything. Yeah. But again, this was a Tonight Show, man. I had a blast, man. I had a blast. When I kind of got in my zone a couple times. I know when I get out of my zone, Rev been on it and everything. So I hope we got some good information on how to prepare for an economic crisis. Again, this is Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Make sure you tell your friends about the show, tell them about the channel, share the videos. And look, we got another super dope video playing next week. I forgot what we having next week and stuff. Matter of fact, this wasn't scheduled. It just came across my mind. Let's just do it and everything to do it and everything. About yesterday, went up and just did the show yesterday morning. Like, man, I need to give people something they want instead of just trying to like what I had scheduled and everything. Because you know when I try to schedule shows a month or two in advance. So
sometimes off the cuff is better.
Yeah. And I just wanted to share some of this information. So I hope I've been enlightening and informative to you guys. So again, I appreciate everything. Again, glad to be back home today and everything. I was lost, but now I'm found. Well, thanks to all you guys. Appreciate you tuning in. See you guys next week. Love you guys. Take care.